Thanks for clicking on The Last Cup right here on News Center Maine Plus. It is Tuesday, the 16th of September. We're happy to have you here.
And we'll start by getting a look at some of the headlines we're following this morning, starting with this. State police are now telling us that Scarborough High School's assistant principal, Jacob Brown, died in a car crash during a police chase last weekend. Officials say they tried to stop Brown in Yarmouth, but he took off, eventually crashing into the woods in Cumberland. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Police say alcohol was a contributing factor in the incident. There is now a growing memorial with flowers, mementos, and messages from students outside Scarborough High School as the community mourns. District Superintendent Diane Netto says they are fully focused on supporting students and staff. There was no school yesterday. There's a 2-hour delay today, and classes are expected to start at their normal time tomorrow.
New Hampshire State Police arrested a driver for OUI after a rollover crash there. It happened on Saturday in Madbury. Police say a 21-year-old driver lost control of his car and veered into the opposite lane of traffic. The vehicle then went off the shoulder and rolled over several times. The driver was thrown from the car but was not seriously hurt. We are told there was a passenger along who was more severely injured but is also expected to be okay.
Today is National
Voter Registration Day. Schools and colleges across Maine are holding events to get new voters enrolled. Here in Maine, you have a lot of options when it comes to registering. You can do it online at maine.gov/vote. You can also do it by mail or in person at your town or city hall. Just make sure to have your ID and proof of residency. This election day, many communities will be holding elections for local offices. Statewide, there's a referendum election with 2 questions on the ballot. Question 1 asks voters about requiring a photo ID at the polls and other changes to elections. Question 2 asks about allowing courts to bar a person from owning a gun or other dangerous weapon if police and family think they're a danger to themselves or others. You can register to vote to participate in that referendum election anytime, even day of the election.
City councilors in Portland are calling for transparency when it comes to immigration enforcement. This comes less than a week after ICE detained a parent outside the Talbot Community School. The agents refused to identify themselves. The council passed a resolution last night. It pushes back on the use of unmarked vehicles, masked agents, tactical gear, and personnel without physical identification or federal markings. Council members say those tactics undermine public trust. They're asking the Department of Homeland Security and other agencies to implement clear uniform and identification standards for all field agents. They are also asking for documentation of immigration enforcement activities conducted in Portland and for collaboration with public schools and local organizations.
The Bangor City Council has a new chair. The council elected Rick Fournier last night by a vote of 5-2. He will be filling the vacancy left after former chair Cara Pelletier stepped down. Pelletier submitted a letter of resignation last Tuesday saying she is very proud of her work and she thanked her fellow councilors and city staff members. She did cite personal attacks as a reason for stepping down. We did reach out to her to ask for a little more specifics on those attacks, but she declined to speak with us. We want to speak with Todd because the weather has just been straight down the middle.
Yes, you do. It's been really, really nice. Really, really nice. We got cool temperatures right now, however, 40s and 50s. Again, a little bit of fog up in the mountains, but that'll burn off really quickly. Got the high sitting over the northeast. There's actually some beneficial rain to our south. That storm sadly is going to take a right-hand turn though before it gets to us. So that's a miss as far as rainfall goes. The next chance for it would be with the front that's out there in the Midwest and the plains and prairies of Canada. As that passes late in the week, it's probably rain-free too. So we've got a lot of sun out there this morning. There will be some wispy clouds, especially over the southern half of the state, but not enough to make it filtered sun or partly sunny. It's still going to be mostly sunny. And we'll have pleasant temperatures reaching the mid-70s too. It'll cool off late in the day fast as that sun goes down. So clear and cool 50, sunny and pleasant midday 70. Beautiful again this afternoon, hitting 75. And there's your 7-day forecast. I still do not have a raindrop on it or in it.
Wild.
Yeah, it is wild.
Does the icon like flash and go, hey, what about me? Because you haven't used it in
It's
so
like waving
long.
its arms.
Todd, hey buddy.
We used to be buds.
Remember
We used to
every
be
Saturday
friends.
for 13 weeks you used to use me?
That's right.
And now,
You had your turn, Shush.
yeah, now he's
Right.
put in a corner,
Exactly.
poor little rain icon. All right, let's take a look back at Maine history on this day. It was 2019 that the LEAP facility in Farmington, remember that, exploded?
Yeah, terrible day.
Captain Michael Bell from the Farmington Fire Department was killed in that. 6 more firefighters and maintenance workers were injured. The state fire marshal's office says Techno metal posts accidentally cut the underground propane line while installing some posts in the parking lot. That caused the leak and then ultimately the explosion. The company later paid $1,000 fine as part of a consent agreement with the Public Utilities Commission, and there is now a memorial in Captain Bell's honor in Farmington.
Yeah, terrible day. On this day in 1620, the Mayflower left from Plymouth, England to the Americas. More than 100 passengers joined for the journey. They were intending to settle in Virginia, where they were authorized to land, but some stormy weather and navigational trouble landed them in what is now Provincetown, Massachusetts. They then crossed Cape Cod Bay to what is now Plymouth, Mass., where they made their first settlement. Plymouth has become a kind of living memorial to the Pilgrims with a full-scale replica of the original Mayflower, a traditional museum, and a living history museum, among other things. Have you ever done the big tour of Plymouth, Mass., with going
Yes.
on the replica and
yes. Forever
checking out the
ago,
living
but
history
yes.
museum? Yeah, it was when I was a kid. I
think when I was-
assume
it
it's
was a
all
school trip, I think,
still
but-
there, right?
I would imagine.
I thought it was the coolest thing when I went as a kid.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
There was another, Plymouth Colony, right? They had like a huge.
Right,
they
it's
have
like
others-
it's like a living history
Yes.
museum where
Yeah,
they
that
have
was a lot of
actual
fun.
people in the garb of the
Yeah.
time doing things that they would have done with tools that they would have used back then and
Yeah.
speaking the way they would have spoken. And
Exactly.
I remember I was with a girl who had braces, and one of the guys pretended to be curious about the metal things in her mouth, like what are those and what are, right? Because they wouldn't have had
Wouldn't have
those
known what
back
that was.
then.
Right,
and it made such an impression on me.
That's fine. I do remember that, and they stay in. They are committed to the bit. Like they
Oh,
are in character.
they don't break character.
I remember trying as a kid to like do stuff to make them not be pilgrimy.
Right, right.
And
You were
they-
that kid,
they-
huh?
Oh, of course I
You were
was.
that annoying
And
kid.
they weren't falling for it.
Right.
Some things don't change. Did you guys see? This is why I was just Googling and going on my phone here. The video we showed of the Mayflower, it was an animation crossing. Here it is. I think it shows it stopping in like Newfoundland. Watch this. Yeah. Right. So I was like, I didn't realize the Mayflower hit Newfoundland first and then went down. And I just Googled it, and it says a local legend in Newfoundland, it's actually Newfoundland, I should be saying it correctly, claims the Mayflower stopped there for supplies, which likely stems from a separate, earlier, and unsuccessful attempt by a different group of colonists to settle in the area. However, historical records of the 1620 voyage do not confirm such a stop. So I don't know, it just caught my eye. And I was like, wait a second, did
Yeah.
that really happen? How did I miss that in history class?
And the answer is not sure.
The answer is it doesn't
Right.
sound like it, but I don't
Well,
know.
it could have, and they just might not have kept a record of it.
I mean,
or-
again, this is AI.
maybe it's a
this is
legend.
an AI Google.
Right.
It says no, the Mayflower did not stop in Newfoundland first on its Newfoundland first on its 1620 voyage. It sailed directly to Cape Cod and P-Town and all that. Oh, I don't know. Maybe that animation is inaccurate.
Speaking of ships, this one still pretty good shape for its age. It's 1,000 years old. It's a Viking ship. It is being stored in a new climate-controlled building, first discovered in Norway back in 1904. It is about the length of a football field, so it's 100 yards. It is one of the most well-preserved Viking ships in the entire world. For about 10 years, they've been planning how they would move it to its new location. So, with the use of a special crate moving at about 10 feet per hour, they were able to make that happen. 10 feet an hour.
I
Just
know.
imagine that. It is now on display at the Museum of the Viking Age, which is in Norway.
That sounds like. You ever see?
have
You ever
some
see a
patience for
house
that.
getting moved?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like how slow that is, or like when they bring the Christmas tree in, to like Monument Square. or
It's like a
something.
bazillion times slower
It's
than
so
that.
slow.
I mean,
Yeah.
10 feet an hour.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's almost imperceptible
I mean,
movement.
right. You
There's
probably don't
12
even notice the
12
Right.
inches in a foot, so you're
Yeah.
talking about like
Whatever.
no, not even. Like I mean, if it would take you
10 feet in an hour. So
So
yeah.
you'd go 1 foot every 7 minutes or something.
Seven-ish,
So,
yeah.
Yeah, that's that.
You have some patience to be on that job.
Totally.
When they're talking
But
about,
you don't want to be the one that break it either.
Exactly.
You know, like you're the idiot who hits the gas, and all of a sudden they waited 10 years to move this thing, and all of a sudden
Yeah.
the tower falls over.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, you know, don't want to be that guy. All right, here are some celebrity birthdays we are making note of today, starting with actress Alexis Bledel. She's 44. She is most well known for her role as Rory Gilmore in Gilmore Girls. She also starred as Emily Malik in The Handmaid's Tale, which earned her 4 Primetime Emmy Award nominations.
Okay. Sure.
Now
I think
know
she
her.
had the
She had
the
the
eye
patch over the eye.
Yeah.
Nope. Now I know exactly who she is.
I do too.
I didn't know until that.
I didn't know Gilmore Girls, but I.
Okay, and she was also in the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants film series. So there's that.
She was great in Handmaid's Tale. She had
did
a
you-
great role.
Everyone was great in Handmaid's Tale.
That is awesome.
Did you guys finish it? Did you guys watch the final season?
No.
Because it just dropped
Yeah.
a few months ago or whatever?
No, haven't. I
You know,
got.
she did not have the patch.
She did.
It's not
No,
her.
she was in the first couple seasons, and yeah, we're not gonna get.
Are you
into it.
sure?
Yeah, pretty sure. I don't think she's the one who
I
had
put
the
my
patch.
glasses on.
So
You don't want
she-
to talk about who her character was?
Well, I mean, it's long. So
Okay.
she was married to another woman, and then she had a baby, and she killed someone.
In an attempt to get away?
She got anatomically dismembered. Like a lot of things happened to her. So yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
the one who has the patch looks very similar
Yeah,
to
she
her.
does, but she had a different character name. So
Okay.
now
So
I
you
need
just
to
know by the name. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, all the women are sort of homogenized in that
Oh, it's
film,
great. It's
so it's
one of the
Yeah,
greatest
no, that
shows.
was Janine. Janine had
Janine,
the eye patch.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why I knew it wasn't her because of
Oh,
the name.
interesting.
But yeah, she was great in that. And she came back for the last season too. So she was gone. She was in the first couple. Then she was gone for like 2 or
Yeah.
3. But they
So you
brought
did
her
finish
back.
it also?
I did watch the whole
Yeah,
thing.
okay.
Yeah, I was committed to it.
Same. Oh, that's great.
Some of the middle parts weren't great.
I agree.
And then they
But-
lost like 4 years because of COVID. Like they went away for a long time.
Yeah.
So I wanted to see. The last season was spectacular.
It
So the
really
first one
was.
was, the last one was, and the
Sure.
stuff in the middle was.
Oh gosh, I might have to go back and start
It's
over.
so
The
because
last
there's
one
too
was-
much I've
the
forgotten
last one
already.
was spectacular.
Yeah, well, I read the
It's-
book when I was
Oh,
in
you did?
school, and I remember at the beginning, I was so frustrated with the book because it's not clear what's happening,
Oh.
and it's just like this is just weird and dumb, and then like. You get into it a little bit, you're like, "This is crazy,"
and
and
heavy.
No, it's
yeah,
so
and
disturbing.
I can't look away, you know,
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
I
Yeah,
didn't even know it was a book. So.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, I've heard that recently, but I would not have ever known
Yeah.
that.
yeah,
So.
yeah.
Anyway, another birthday today, an actress and a comedian.
Pawnee is way behind the times in terms of making its buildings wheelchair accessible. Not enough ramps is the #3 complaint among Pawnee seniors. Right behind Everything Hurts and I'm Dying.
That's Amy Poehler. We love her. 54 years old, the New England native, most known for her comedic roles, both as cast member on Saturday Night Live, and she was in Parks and Rec. Also, the voice of Joy in the Pixar movie Inside Out. Just this year, she started her own podcast called Good Hang with Amy Poehler. I've seen some clips of that. It's actually very funny. I think she's brilliant.
What town is
so.
she from? It said New England. But,
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, another Google.
yeah, why not?
Yeah. I don't know. Where she's from.
Oh, Newton.
But Newton, Mass?
Possibly.
Yeah. So Newton North or Newton South, does it say?
It doesn't say.
Because
I
it
don't know.
matters.
Which high
It
school did she go
matters.
to? That's
If
a
you're
good
from the
question.
area, that matters.
Let's see. She probably
Is
went to
one
a private
upscale and the
school.
other not?
Well, it's all right.
One's south of
No,
the tracks.
okay.
One's
She's great. Her and Tina Fey, great team, and she's
Yeah,
great on her
yeah,
own.
they're amazing.
So, yeah, good stuff.
And it's another former SNL cast member's birthday today, too.
I slipped.
Yep, Molly Shannon. She's 61. While on SNL, she starred in a number of films, including Never Been Kissed, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and Superstar. The latter was a film based on her SNL character, Mary Catherine Gallagher. Most recently, she guest starred on the hit Hulu series Only Murders in the Building. Oh, I had never heard of that one.
Do you want to audition?
Okay.
You never heard
You've
of
never
Only
heard
Murders in the
Only
Building?
Murders in the
Yeah.
Building?
That's Steve Martin and Martin Short and Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez.
Yeah. It's like one of the most popular shows
It's
on
hugely
TV.
popular.
I've never seen it, but I've heard of it.
You've never seen it either?
No, I haven't seen it.
How does your daughter not? I mean, doesn't Maya watch it?
She doesn't watch a lot of TV. None of my kids really do.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it's one of the only.
It's very, very popular.
It's one of the only shows that we can watch like as a family. Like it entertains everybody.
Okay.
That's how I can sum it up.
And it's critically acclaimed and
Oh
wins
gosh,
awards. And everybody
they were
loves
just
it.
up for I think they were up for a few. What was it? Emmys yesterday or the night before? Yeah, they were up
Remember
for a
when
few
we used to have 57 channels and nothing on? Like there was literally almost
too many things
nothing
on
to
now.
watch.
There really
Now
is.
there are too many quality programs on the air. Like you could spend all day, every day watching TV and never do anything and not run out of decent things to watch
and then
now.
you go into work the next day and someone's like, "Oh, you got to watch this," and you're like,
I know,
gosh,
I know.
got a
I
list
can't-
of 10 over here.
Cannot keep
because
up.
there used to be like those few must-see
Yes.
TVs. Now there's just so many.
Yeah.
So and I'm sure that's a fantastic show, and I would love to watch that. I need more
I think you
hours
guys
in a
would
day.
you
I
would
need
definitely
to,
like
I need
it.
to be cloned. Like something has to happen.
It's funny too.
Where I have time to
Martin's
sit down
in
and
it,
watch
Martin
television.
Short.
I
Like, you love those
I'm
two
not
guys.
against it. I love
Yeah.
all of those
I mean,
things.
they're not my really.
I just
but
don't have time.
There's enough mystery and in the plot and drama in the plot that I like.
Okay,
Because I need like that
some tension of some
yeah,
sort.
something, like some sort of mystery, some sort of murder mystery, because that's what it, there's a murder and, they basically solve it.
All right, so Molly Shannon is 61.
Okay.
So that's how we got here for her Mary Kathleen Gallagher, character. You know what else is 61 today, Todd? And I'm surprised, first of all, that you don't know this, and I'm also shocked and kind of disappointed that you didn't bring me something for this.
Well, I do know it's Pop-Tarts.
It's Pop-Tarts' birthday. Okay, this is the greatest thing of all time. It's a portable breakfast treat. I love that.
is it the
they started
greatest
selling
thing
it in
of all time?
1964. It's so versatile. It can be anything. An instant hit it was, and since then, billions with a B of Pop-Tarts have been sold over the years. Just not a lot of people left still alive to talk about it. Fun fact: it took the Kellogg's company 3 years to figure out that frosting wouldn't melt in the toaster. So everything that they gave you originally was just a mess. So they had to find like the ceramic hardtop convertible kind of, covering to throw onto the fruit.
Who knows what's in it?
Fruit. It says fruit flavor.
Well, in the Pop-Tart,
yeah.
there is some real fruit, I
Sure,
would assume.
of course.
But we're talking about the frosting at this moment. Like, what comprises what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know. We had
I
a
think
story about
comprise makes
microplastics earlier today. Maybe that's a clue.
Maybe that's what keeps it all
Have
together.
you ever had a Pop-Tart? Or you just
Come on, she has.
course. I
Okay, so
have.
then why don't you like? Do you not like them?
They do nothing for
See,
me.
that's ridiculous.
You didn't
to
like.
say,
You
Sharon.
had one and you didn't like it.
It never
No.
did anything for you. Like you didn't like it.
No, when I was a kid, I used to
Yeah.
eat Pop-Tarts, but
Okay.
they do nothing for me.
So, if someone I can't imagine like you wouldn't be like, oh, this actually tastes good. Like with your favorite one, which would be what? The brown sugar one?
No, that's disgusting.
That's the best one.
So sweet.
Dude,
it's
are you
like
kidding
it's
me?
just like ugh.
You don't like brown sugar?
Cherry ones
No.
are good.
Cherry ones are
cherry
darn
ones
good.
are so good.
First of all, Pop-Tart needs to be frosted. Like the ones
Yeah,
that don't have
those-
frosting
no.
on them, that's
Also-
that's for people like you.
Also,
I know.
I think this is a popular take as well. There's no reason for the exterior cardboard
Wrapping?
the brown stuff on the outside of the frosting.
The crust, basically.
Yeah, you
Agreed.
can break that.
It should go
right
all the way
off.
to the edges.
You
The
can
filling
break
should
that
go to the
right
edges.
off. Save yourself.
So-
Give it to the dogs. Doesn't matter. You keep the middle.
Right.
You do not need the
It's
exterior.
like cutting off the peanut butter and jelly
Just
crust.
get rid of it.
Get rid of
No,
it.
it's you can eat the box. It's the same thing. You need the middle.
So don't you think that's Kellogg's next move for Pop-Tarts?
Just-
Like they'll probably do it in like 10 years.
Like,
but like
the,
they've
like the
got-
Uncrustables.
The Uncrustables, yes.
They're gonna do that.
You don't need
They have to.
the exterior
Because that's what everybody wants.
You
They
just want the
filling.
middle.
Also, though, there's way too many flavors of Pop-Tarts.
Yeah,
now.
they've gotten out of
complicated
control.
it. It's like I can't
There's
go
a
down that
cookies and
aisle without being
cream.
like,
Well, and then,
I'm overwhelmed and I need to just move on.
well, all the
sometimes.
brands have taken. So there's like an Apple Jacks one and a Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, there's all
one, and
these,
there's all these
what do they call
collaboration
them? Collaborations,
flavors
yes.
are all together.
It's
so.
ridiculous.
I
There's just
I
too
agree.
many.
We're gonna get back to the
Just
basics.
to the basics. The cherry,
The
brown
61-year-old,
sugar.
fantastic, just
What else do
king
they
check.
have?
Strawberries.
The
original
strawberry, of
one.
course. The strawberry with the sprinkles on
Yeah,
it.
gotta have that.
The frosting and the sprinkles on it. And let's just keep it simple.
And if it doesn't have frosting, don't make it. The Apple one, don't eat it.
Yeah, I
Don't
like
eat
the
it.
apple one.
Don't eat it without the frosting.
No.
I'm sure Kellogg's is listening, and I'm sure
Well,
they're
They're
Kellogg's
gonna
very
do. They are.
grateful.
I would put
Listen,
a lot
for
of
your
money on the fact
business
that their next
guidance.
move is to eliminate those.
Here's what we're
veggies.
gonna do. Todd and I are going to offer our services, Kellogg's, if you're watching right now. If you want to hire us as consultants, we are available to you for a low cost to product test, review, advise, and really critique and help perfect this 61-year-old product that is very good. I'm saying we could make it better. If you want to hire us,
do you heat yours up? Do you put them in the toaster? Do you put them in the microwave? Or do you just eat them?
I don't, not the microwave.
You don't microwave
No,
them?
the toaster sometimes.
Yeah.
But it can't be too hot either.
It can't be too much.
No, it can't be too. It's got to be like a light warm. It's a warm.
There it is. You nailed it.
It's a warm.
Yeah, it's like
Kellogg's,
it's like a chocolate chip cookie coming out of the oven. That's what you don't want to get it. You still want it gooey
at WCSH6.com or at newscentermaine.com. Either one will work. Send me an email. Todd and I are available. You fly us out. We'll come. We'll consult with you.
Did
we'll
you
chat
say
about
you
your
can fly
products.
us out?
Yeah, we'll come out. I'm saying
like,
we would do
you
that
can fly
for
us
them.
out. You can put us up.
I'm saying we'll come out.
You can send us to Hawaii too after the fact.
I mean, this is our birthday gift to Pop-Tarts.
You guys are so
offering our
generous.
services.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
How generous they are. Okay, are we done? Oh my gosh, I can't believe we're done talking about
Let's go to
Pop-Tarts
something that you
already.
might like now. How about something you might like?
Guacamole!
Oh, this is
Holy
green. This is
guacamole.
green.
It's National Guacamole Day.
Goldberg's staying away from it. It's green.
It's one of the few
That's avocado?
avocados.
She's disgusting. What did you say? Did you just say, what is that? You don't know what an avocado looks like?
That's what an avocado looks like right
Have
there.
you never seen an avocado?
No, I know what they are. It's a lot of pressure in avocados.
All right, anyway.
You buy the wrong one. It's not soft enough. It has to be smushy, and you can't be too
that's
smushy.
I don't want it.
very
And then you
true.
got bins. These ones are ready to eat. These ones are not ready to
You
eat.
have a
Yes.
trick.
You got to ask for help.
I have a trick.
Yep.
I have a
Everyone's got
trick
a
too.
trick.
I call a guy. Hey, which one of these is my wife not going to yell at me if I buy? And then he goes, this one. I go, thank you, and I go home with that one. And then
Perfect.
she yells at me. I go, talk to the guy.
You have a strategy for everything.
It's not that hard to pick out an avocado.
Not that
It's
good.
not.
And it's not that hard.
And it's not that hard to get them to
preserve
ripen
it.
on
Yeah.
your
counter.
counter. But what people have a problem with is when
Right.
it gets overripe so quickly
Yeah.
after getting ripe. If you submerge it in water in a
Yeah.
Tupperware in your fridge, it will right when it's ripe, it'll stay for a couple of weeks.
Yep. I
good
also just as soon as it's about ripe, I put it in the refrigerator, and it also will keep it for a very long time.
Underwater, it'll longer.
I'm sure it will.
Longer underwater.
The other trick is like say you open up the avocado and you slice it onto whatever your salad, and you're going to have your salad at lunchtime. 6 hours away. That avocado is going to turn brown, right?
Mm-hmm.
Leave the pit in it. Leave the pit in your container.
You can
It
also
will not.
squeeze a little lemon or lime juice
Lemon
on
will
it.
do
That
it too,
helps
but
too.
the pit itself, like
helps
if
too.
you don't want it that, you can just leave the pit in there and it won't turn.
Good. All right. Meantime, avocados make guacamole. That's what we're supposed to be talking about here.
Sure.
Not only yummy, but good for you too. Researchers at Penn State University say the fats in avocados can lower your LDL levels or bad cholesterol. Full of vitamins and minerals, gives it superfood status, Lee.
Boom, Lee.
So
Boom.
you can celebrate by making your own or heading out for some fresh guac.
Isn't there something really special about tableside guacamole?
Yes,
when they
you're,
make it tableside.
Yes, when you're at like a Mexican restaurant or whatever,
It's
so
so-
good.
it's just
you know,
special.
you know what grocery store chain makes amazing guacamole? The Hannaford brand.
No kidding.
Guacamole. They put something in it because traditional guac is like your avocados. I sat here so politely during the diatribe on Pop-Tarts.
I just see what's going on.
I have been quiet, respecting your disgusting.
No, you haven't been respectful. You've been making faces.
I'm all about avocados and guacamole.
You sound like my sister. He's making faces.
He's touching me. Somebody stop him. Anyhow, it's the traditional guac with the avocados and the tomatoes and the onions and cilantro.
How much do you love it?
But
Sharon?
they put something in that gives it a little zing, a little spice.
like
Yeah.
maybe a little
I don't-
paprika.
Maybe that's it. No, it's not paprika. It's
You
like
think it's
I
a
think it's
citrus?
some kind of it's like a hot sauce. It's like there's a little tiny hot bite
little
into
Tabasco,
it. Yeah,
perhaps.
which I think otherwise guacamole is kind of flavorless.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lot of
it
flavor
doesn't
in
carry
guacamole.
a lot of flavor.
Yeah.
How often do you think you eat an avocado? A week. How many avocados do you eat a week? Or how often?
I even an avocado maybe one every other week.
Oh, you don't eat it that often?
Not a ton.
Oh, I think I probably have a half an avocado on my salad maybe 3 times a week. So I'm eating probably an avocado and a half a week.
Every week?
Maybe 2. Yeah.
good
Our
for you.
family we crush avocados. crush them.
You
By
put
the
them
way,
on your
they're
salads.
They're
What
on
else do you
sale
do with
at
them?
Shaw's right now for 77 cents.
Oh, good to know.
Good call.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah.
What else do you do with them? Put them on your
I
salads?
just put them on my salad.
What,
Well, I'll put them on my sandwiches too.
what does everyone else do?
My daughter, like her breakfast every morning is avocado toast.
Okay.
Pretty much. My wife, she smushes a bunch of stuff together, and it looks like something
Okay.
unappetizing.
Okay.
But it's very healthy.
Okay.
I don't know. There's avocado. There's quinoa. I don't know.
Quinoa?
Probably.
Yes, that's how you say
There's
it.
some other smushables in there. Some other healthy smushables.
You know what? You know what's really, really, really good is chocolate avocado pudding.
I've heard that.
It's so good. You cannot
Tom
tell if
Brady.
you like.
Avocado ice cream.
Well, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
One's frozen, one's in
Yeah.
the refrigerator.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
it's pretty much the same thing. You
I
put like
agree.
chocolate protein powder and
Yeah.
some cacao powder and
That's
some
amazing.
maple syrup, and it's actually really good. If you like pudding and ice cream and stuff like that, it's very similar. You can hardly tell.
Pudding is, but I don't eat enough pudding. I should eat more pudding.
Good stuff.
Freaking amazing. Pudding.
Yep.
The butterscotch pudding?
Okay, pudding or Pop-Tarts if you had to choose.
Oh man, that's so tough, Sharon. That is not
It's
fair.
like Sophie's Choice.
Dang.
You can only have one for the rest
I
of
think
your life.
I'm going pudding. I've got Goldie. That was a death stare.
I'm proud of
Look at
you.
his face.
I'm proud of
I'm
you.
going pudding. Dude, pudding? What? Pudding is amazing, and it just, I never get it. I never have it. Nobody makes pudding
Good news.
anymore.
I know.
You're not
I
far
think I
away
had
from
it a
having,
lot as a kid.
You're not far away from having pudding regularly for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Right.
Okay.
Wapner
While you're
at
watching
8.
Jeopardy and you
Yeah,
guys
Wapner.
People's Court. Okay, so you'll be fine. And then
Matlock.
don't forget Matlock. Yeah.
And then we're playing
Martin, she wrote.
bingo on Wednesdays at
Keno.
noon.
Keno with
Keno with
Yeah.
Sharon.
Oh, that sounds really nice, actually.
That's a great life.
Right?
It sounds like a damn good life.
Awesome.
Yeah, they don't take Medicaid, so you can't go.
Oh, never mind.
It is National Choose Your Chocolate Day.
Oh.
From milk to dark to the best, white chocolate.
Here we go.
There's
This
no
is gonna
end
be
to
a
the
debate.
possibilities you can choose from. Today is meant to celebrate all of the
Goldberg.
different kinds of chocolate to choose from. Go out and celebrate by picking up your favorite chocolate.
Okay.
Dark chocolate
Yeah.
with caramel and sea salt.
I'm there.
There's nothing
Where
better
are you
than
guys
that.
on
Sounds
the
darn good.
Dubai chocolate?
To buy it?
Oh,
What do you
It's dark chocolate with pistachio. And it's
It's-
like it's the rave.
What did you
right-
call it?
It's
What-
called
Dubai.
Dubai.
mean? Oh, the
Dubai chocolate.
Wait, that's
Dubai chocolate.
Yeah, Myler made them.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It-
The filling is the
They're like
the pistachio
$25
cream.
a candy bar.
And
like,
worth
so good.
every.
this is
Yes.
what the new
bit.
craze, and
It
everybody's
is.
into. My 12-year-old Maya
Yeah.
is obsessed with
Yeah.
Dubai chocolate, and
So
I
good.
cannot afford your obsessions. So,
It is so good though.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't eat pistachio, but I mean, I understand it's fantastic.
You did not
Amazing.
taste it?
No,
No,
I don't do nuts.
He has
I'm
allergies.
allergic to nuts.
How can you speak to any of this then?
I said I heard it's fantastic. I'm speaking that it's fantastic because I've heard it is. I heard that almonds are great too. I just can't eat them. Sorry. I'm sure people love salmon.
you get an
I can't eat that
anaphylactic
either.
reaction?
Yeah. You want me to die? I mean, don't answer that
You should
question.
try
but
it.
it was rhetorical.
Try it.
Here.
I have EpiPens.
Yeah, there's a few things I'm not allowed that I can't eat that I would like to actually eat and I can't. So anyway, that's one of them.
Dubai chocolate's one of them.
Yeah,
trust me.
everybody raves about those things. So go get one today.
And then there's chocolate Pop-Tarts.
Green and zesty.
Guacamole Pop-Tarts?
No.
You have to.
No.
You just said
Wait,
how healthy
I
it is.
will
It's
never.
a superfood.
What
That
is
is-
the filling?
You have to eat it.
That's
What would the filling be? Like I
I-
can see the avocado on the outside, but what would the
It's a guacamole.
that's not real. That cannot
Guacamole
be real.
avocado dip pop
avocado
avocado toast.
toast Pop-Tarts. This got to be fake.
It's a superfood.
It's got to be.
You have to have it. You have to have
This
it.
must be AI.
I bet I
stuff.
can find it on Amazon. I
It's-
bet they sell it.
Guacamole
I don't know.
avocado dip Pop-Tart. So it's a savory Pop-Tart. I didn't know they had savory Pop-Tarts.
No, that's not okay. Nope.
I don't think I would do a savory Pop-Tart. I mean, I would try it, but
Nope.
I,
It's not a real thing. That's not real.
Right there.
how much?
No, that's Granny Smith apple Pop-Tart. That's not avocado.
Okay,
When
this
he
is-
sees green, he
This
just
is,
I know,
this
I
is
know, it's
very-
all the same to him.
Look right there, Apple Jacks. This is confirmed that is not real.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if
That's not
Amazon doesn't sell it, it's not real.
There you go.
I promise
go.
you, if
It
it's
was
real,
AI done.
they're selling it. So AI made it.
All right.
There are no savory Pop-Tarts.